Is it recording?
Yep.
Is this thing on?
Yeah. I think it's working.
Bear with us. This is the very first episode.
Yep. It's our first time on here. We're not live streaming, we're recording.
We're recording. Yes, we will live stream sometime in the future, which once we have a better following, maybe others will
Yeah, we
tune
can
into that.
once we get our follower base built up in, millions and stuff like that and
And then and then everyone's wearing our merch.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
then we'll live stream.
Yeah, the merch store will be coming in the future. Watch for that. We'll post links when it's live. So that'll be ready to go.
We'll have hats, sweaters, shirts,
Yep. Koozies.
koozies.
We'll have everything you need. Keychains.
Yeah, it'll be great. Okay. Well, this is welcome to Said That podcast with Erica and Luke. I'm Erica,
I'm Luke.
and we're cousins.
Yep.
This is my cousin.
Yeah, we're cousins. We actually first started, or we got to know each other at the Boys and Girls Club. That's where I work here in Wagner. I live in Wagner, South Dakota. She started coming there when, how old were you when you came there?
God, I don't know, like 14 maybe?
I think
15?
you're even before that.
Really?
I was gonna say
I think I was 14.
I was gonna say 13 or 14, I guess. So I guess that's
Oh,
about right.
probably. Yeah.
Yep.
14, I would say.
I actually didn't even know I was related to her until after, well, a few weeks later when my mom actually was talking about her grandma and said, yeah, they moved here and from, you're in Utah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And she said, yeah, we're related to them. You're cousins. And it's like, oh, I didn't even know that. But
I feel like that happens so many times in small towns. Like you don't realize, you don't find out to your cousins until way later,
yeah.
and then it's just like whatever.
Well, especially around here, it seems like everyone's kind of related. And like I know there's some people I'm still learning that I'm related to, and I don't even know about it. But
Well,
it's
yeah, I
just,
know. See, like I didn't even know like who you guys were until we got back.
yeah.
Like, from Utah. So I don't know. I guess it just depends.
Yeah, I remember first time I went to say something to her, I said, what's your name? And she said, Erica, and just put her head down.
Literally was the only one there. Had no idea.
You weren't the only one
I
there.
don't know. Basically, there was like maybe two other people.
There was quite a few
Even.
kids there. I don't know if you knew many of the kids around here yet then. Not sure if you were.
I don't know. Well, I know I did because I did grow up there. I went back and forth, but so I don't know. It's new again as a eighth grader, ninth
Yeah.
grader.
Yeah, I guess you were pretty young in that middle school age, so.
You just like want to, I was reserved in the first place, but being 14 years old, coming back to not really knowing anybody and being shy, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
look at
I
us
guess.
now.
Yeah, I guess that's just the way it goes. That's just par for the course.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's kind of how we kind of got started. And then from there, it seems like I was there like every day
On Bebo.
after school. Yeah, on Bebo, the greatest social media platform to ever.
Yeah, we had a
This
rule
universe.
at the club that you couldn't go on Bebo, and so I feel like for at least a year or two, all I did was walk around and yell "No Bebo, no Bebo" to all these.
Literally everybody.
Yeah, because everybody wanted to be on Bebo in the club, and I think did you guys have school laptops then? I don't remember, I guess, but.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Because they'd have their
But
school laptops, so then of course they'd be sitting there on Bebo and sneaking on it and everything, and so yeah, I said a lot of no Bebo over that period of time, but
I think you should get that tattooed on you.
yeah,
No Bebo.
I should have just walked around with a sign that said no Bebo, or like a recording where I could have hit a button that said no Bebo, no Bebo. And speaking of Bebo,
And I think
it's
if
coming
you-
back.
No, I'm seriously like contemplating on making a profile.
Oh my god.
Just to see how it compares to the old one, if it's the same thing or not. I don't know.
It'll
I'm
just
pretty
be
excited
full
about
of
it.
junior high people again or something like that probably. I don't know
I
if
don't
they're.
even. I don't even remember what it looked like really. I mean, I remember our profile, but like everything else is just kind of a blur. Like I don't remember like what the interface looked like, on Facebook how you have the social feed. I don't
Yeah.
remember how it
Well,
looked.
you could place like profile videos or music. I remember that. It was almost kind of like MySpace, but a little more. MySpace was
Yeah.
like wide open. I remember having MySpace back in I don't even know what year that was, and
Oh, I had that. Yeah, you can do all kinds of things on
you
there.
could customize everything on there. But it was almost like
Hmm.
you had to put in like links to stuff, and I don't know what all. But there was a lot to it. I remember.
Yeah. It would I feel like MySpace was like you had code. Like you put all of your
Yeah.
like code in whatever you wanted, like the different backgrounds and the music. And I'm like, here I am 12 years old, like copying this code down for my profile that I have no
Yeah.
business doing.
I had no idea what I was doing when I first got on it either. I remember me and my sister got it, and I didn't know what it was. Well, she's actually the one that told me about it. She was in college at the time, and this was even before Facebook. I think Facebook didn't really launch until what 2009
10,
or 10 or something like that.
wasn't it? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, and Facebook in the beginning,
2000.
I think you had to have a college email address or something like
Yeah,
that to even
yeah.
use it. So,
When it was the Facebook.
oh yeah, yep, that's right. Because I didn't. I think I got it first in 2010 or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. I remember because you told us about it, and we had no interest in it because it was all about Bebo.
Yeah, yeah. You were like one of the last ones to even get Facebook. I'm sticking with Bebo. There's no way I'm gonna use Facebook. That's lame, lame. That's all you would say.
Facebook looked so boring compared to Bebo,
Yeah,
so
because
that's why.
Facebook was just streamlined. Like you couldn't adjust anything on it
Yeah.
really or nothing. So I think that's why it didn't appeal to a lot of the younger crowd. It was more towards like college age and up. And then
Yeah.
of course now look at
So
it. But
I know now it's become a monster in itself.
yeah, that's kind of another that's a subject we could cover in itself. It's
Yeah, yeah. Let's not talk about that right now.
yeah, yeah. It can be a cesspool, but yeah. But anyway, yeah,
Anyway,
we're
so
we're both well, you're enrolled, right? Yankton Sioux.
yeah,
Yeah, we're both enrolled Yankton Sioux tribe here in Charles Mix County, Wagner,
on
around
the
here.
reservation.
Yeah, on the
Except
res.
I'm in Sioux Falls now. I live in Sioux Falls, and he lives in Wagner. Good old Wag,
Yeah, I still live here. I've been at the
the metropolis.
yeah, I've been at the Boys and Girls Club for 20 years now. I've been there forever since the year 2000. So
Yeah.
I've
Since the world was supposed to end.
yeah, yeah. I've seen many years where the world was supposed to end and we made it through, so we're still here.
We're still here.
Yeah, yeah. Nothing's happened. We haven't been hit by
Yes.
asteroid like the dinosaurs or anything. So
Someday.
yeah,
Mayans.
yeah. Well, that was supposed to be 2012, wasn't it?
2012.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing happened
I
there.
don't
So
know. Now there's climate change happening, and who knows?
I guess it could still happen, but
Yeah. Well, whatever. When we get there, we get there.
yeah, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah. So I'm in Sioux Falls doing digital work for one of the banks here and doing a lot of fun social media stuff. So I actually have to be on Facebook and have to be on these social media platforms for knowledge. So it's part of my job just to sit on Facebook.
Yeah,
Don't tell my boss.
yeah. That's a pretty good gig. You can just be on Facebook all
Yeah.
day. But
It's nice. It's nice, but sometimes with the data stuff, looking at numbers and that can get exhausting, but it's fine. It's a good job. I
yeah,
like my job.
yeah. As long as you like it, that's the main thing.
Mm-hmm. And I have 3 kids. 2 of them are furry, little dogs, Remy and Kimmy. And then I have Emmett, who was born last March at the start of the pandemic, which was a whole thing in itself.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of crazy when he gets older and looks back on it that the year he was born was probably gonna go down as one of the worst years.
I
You know,
know.
I mean, I don't know. It just depends on how you look at it, but there's a lot of stuff that happened in this last year, and we're
Hmm.
still not technically out of it, out of the pandemic, but
I know. I think that's the craziest thing. Like, I had so many plans for when he was born. Like, we were going to go on walks, we were going to go shopping, we were going to do this and that. And then we literally, like, I was so scared. Like, Tyler, my husband, went to the store or when anytime he would go somewhere, I would like have him come back, strip down, throw his clothes in the wash, and then take a shower. Like, because we didn't know, like, oh my God, is this like this thing on your clothes? Like, how
Yeah.
contagious is it? Because like that's all over. That's what was on the news was like it's highly contagious, you
Yeah, no
know.
one really
So
knew how contagious it was, you know, and I know we at work we shut down for the summer. We're usually open all
mhm.
summer, and we were closed. And to the kids anyway, I didn't work from, I remember it was March 10th of last year was our last day open to the kids,
Oh
and
my gosh.
because there was actually a case that was reported here in Charles Mix County, and
Hmm.
after that everyone was just kind of wow, you know, it's actually around here because I had heard of it in the weeks leading up to that, and you know I didn't really think a lot of it at that point. I thought, well,
Yeah.
we're way out here. There's no way it's going to really get to out here in South Dakota, you know. And
Hmm.
sure enough, it came here quicker than I thought it would. And
I
then
know.
school shut down, and we ended up just basically doing nothing from March till June. I did anyway, and then I went back June 1st to work, and we just kind of did stuff at the club there to get stuff ready and paint and everything. And we had to come up with a whole plan for the fall, you know, how to handle things as far as mask
Yeah.
wearing and social distancing and all that. So it sure changed a lot of things. We couldn't have many programs going.
Hmm.
Just kind of had our club open, and we had to limit the amount of kids we had in there. We had 40 as the total amount that we could have in there at the same time. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
been
because
crazy.
usually that thing's filled with
Yeah,
kids, right?
yeah. I mean, we average, you know, especially in the fall when it gets cold, upwards of maybe
Hmm.
100 kids in there at a time. So
Yeah.
it's been a lot different. We're gradually picking up again. So we'll see how it goes as time goes on. But
Yeah. Do they have to wear masks then, all the kids
yeah,
now?
yeah, we
Or
still have
no?
a mask mandate in there. It's just, and they're pretty good about it. You know, we don't have anyone arguing about it. Just once in a
Yeah.
while, you have some kids that don't know how to wear them the right way, and
Hmm.
they're down, you know, and like what they call them, diaper chin or whatever. They
Yeah.
like that for a while, or, you know. So I'm
Then there's
saying,
snot flying everywhere
yeah,
and
yeah, and I just go around basically, you know, pull your mask up, and
hmm.
so
Oh, now okay, so now it's not no Bebo, it's pull your mask
yeah,
up.
yeah. No, it's
I was
make sure your mask is
like,
over your nose. Yeah,
oh my
that's
gosh.
that's what it is with that. So.
Oh, funny.
But hopefully,
Yeah.
as we head towards summer and everything, you know, everyone's getting vaccinated. We're kind of moving
Yeah.
out of it. We'll see how it goes. But
Getting there. Yeah, I hope so because this last year was I like being social and like seeing people and going out and being at work actually
yeah,
and having to work from home and be home. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I need to get out of here. Like even going for walks like was hard because I was like, I don't want to be in my house anymore.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it was tough.
It's rough. It's I know I didn't even go to like visit my sister or niece or nephew for for those first few weeks and stuff. And well, you know how
Yeah,
my sister was pretty
yeah,
careful about it.
pretty
So
locked down.
yeah. Then I ended up
Well,
getting
she
it.
has experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, didn't you say that you thought that you had it like last January or
Well,
something?
last February I got real sick. I don't know. I
Yeah.
was, and looking back on it, I had like a fever, and it was almost like a flu type thing. I thought at the time, and I went to the clinic and they did a test for the flu and strep and all that, and they came out all that stuff came out negative. Well, of course, at that time they didn't have a COVID
Hmm.
test. It was before
Hmm.
March. It was in February, so who
Yeah.
knows? There's been reports of people that had gotten it early last year, early in 2020,
Hmm.
um, but then I actually got it in November this last year, right after Thanksgiving. It was rough.
And
I
that
don't
felt
want to go
like
through
death.
that again. It was bad.
Yeah.
We actually, my whole family got it. My mom and
Hmm.
sister and her husband Cullen and my niece and nephew both got it. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I know I still haven't gotten it, but my Tyler has gotten it.
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
And it's crazy. Like I thought that I would have gotten something, or whatever, because he was like in our living room when I was upstairs. And of course, it's a small space. It's not like Kylie Jenner's mansion, like
yeah,
we can't stay at the house.
hmm,
And I was surprised that I didn't get it or my baby even. So I don't
yeah.
I don't know. This whole thing is like it's crazy to me. I don't
Yeah,
It's weird.
it's
Like I don't
tough.
know if I had it or
Yeah,
it was like asymptomatic or whatever, you know? So
it's just tough to quarantine in your own house. I mean, like you said,
I
unless you
know.
have a huge house or something like that, but
Right.
you
Hmm.
literally cannot stay away, unless, I
Yeah.
mean, you got to use the
Right.
bathroom, you got to eat, you got to do all that stuff. So,
Hmm. Yeah.
and it's
So
just so contagious.
yeah, I don't know. It just I have so many questions about it just because it's crazy that I haven't gotten it, you
Hmm.
know, or who knows? Yeah, I've been wanting to do one of those antibody tests just to see if I have any of the if it passed through me and then
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
So
you could have had it, and you just don't know because there's a lot of people
hmm
that have had it and they didn't show any symptoms or anything. So,
yeah, but I don't know. I have the best immune system, and I'm not just saying that. And I think it's because I grew up in Wagner because of just running around and not wearing any shoes, not drinking water out of the hose, being a dirty kid.
yeah, yeah,
I I think it's because of that.
yeah. Well, I always thought I had a pretty good immune system. Well, just because of working at the club, I'm around those kids all the time, and
Yeah.
you know, they could have bring in whatever basically, and so, but obviously I wouldn't be immune to this because this is
Right. It's
foreign
new.
basically. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you have it now, so and didn't you get vaccinated too or no?
yeah, I got the first one so far. I'll get the second one March
Yeah.
7th. So
Yeah. So hopefully then everything will be good.
yeah, yeah,
And
I
you
think
should
it's
be
just
fine
gonna
when we
take
get it
time.
again.
Or you just have to
Hmm.
let it run its course and get through everything. And
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be fine. It's good.
yeah, yeah, we'll get
We're
through
back
it.
to normal.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, anyway, how did we get off topic there?
yeah, I'm not sure, but
Um, anyway, back to our why we wanted to start the podcast. I think we talked about it for geez, seems like a good year
yeah, it was
before we
literally about a
actually
year or
like
so that we kind of
yeah,
talked
because
about it. And
we kept going back and forth, and because I think you did a live stream with somebody else, right?
yeah, I one of my friends, his name is Ryan Kirchel. He's from Wagner here as well.
Hmm.
He started streaming his games on Twitch, and then he kind of got into went into offshoot from that, doing like podcasts and stuff like that. And he asked me if he wanted to do um, a couple of things on football, talking about football in general. And so
Hmm.
it wasn't last year; it was 2019, the fall of 2019. We did, I think it was two of them, just talking about the upcoming football season. We went division by division, broke down what we thought of the teams and
Yeah.
all the stuff like that, and that was pretty fun. I mean, we kind of, um, I think we had like hour-long episodes on that, and
How many
so
times did you do that?
I think we only did it 2 or 3 times because we just
Oh, okay.
covered the teams a little bit, and then, but
Yeah.
he continued. He was streaming his games and all that, and then and now he actually started another one with one of the guys he knows from Twitch.
Hmm.
It's called the Always Game Time podcast. And
Hmm.
so they do it every Friday night, and they're doing it live, like they're streaming it live,
Yeah.
and they're talking about different gaming and uh, software stuff like that. And so they do a good job with it. They're obviously
Hmm.
a lot more professional looking than we have right now.
Seasoned.
They have transitions and they have
Yeah.
graphics and stuff like that. So um,
We'll get there.
yeah, might have to talk to him about maybe putting something together for us, uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, we
But yeah,
decided
we
we wanted
just
to
had
finally
talked
do it.
about it.
So yeah,
Hmm.
we had kind of tossed around some ideas and what we wanted to do, and we kind of came to this. And the name, I guess, is kind of a play off of a thing that natives say. Um, we I think we were texting one day or something,
Hmm.
and because we didn't know what to name it, we weren't sure. We had just some dumb names thought of, and we were like, I don't
Throwing
know.
around
And then
names. Yeah.
um, I can't remember if it was you or you said something or I said something. And see, natives, if they're kind of joking about saying something, they say "said that," said that.
Yeah. Like just
And
kidding.
yeah, and that's just basically another way of saying "just kidding." And I said that. I said that, and you're like, "That's got to be it. That's the
Oh,
name."
I was like, That is the name. We literally found the name of our freaking podcast. Let's go
Yeah,
right
yep,
now.
yep. So that's how we came up with the said that podcast name. So that's
So here we are,
it. Just kind of
weeks
stumbled on
later.
it. Yeah, yeah, and it works. I think we're because we're talking about
Hmm.
things anyway. So
Yeah, I said that. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, we said that.
it works.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
So we'll do some plays off of that, and hopefully some upcoming little segments that we can throw together using our title, and then, like we said earlier, with some merch.
yeah, yeah. We'll get to that point. Hopefully we'll kind of build it as we go. Like I said, this is our first
Yeah.
time doing it, so it'll just kind of
Hmm.
work itself out.
Yeah. So, well, I think we're going to be posting new episodes every Tuesday, and then we'll go from there, talking about basically anything pop culture, music, movies, sports. Geez, what else can we throw in there?
Yeah,
I don't want to talk
basically.
about politics necessarily.
Yeah, I don't really want to get into that. That's a whole other can of worms.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
not right now anyway. I mean, the
Not in this
political.
climate, I don't think.
Yeah, that's the political landscape is just toxic to me. I don't even want to
Yeah.
touch it
And
right
people can
now.
go
It's
find that elsewhere.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of places to find that stuff.
Hmm.
I think we want to
Right.
be more upbeat. We want to be
Yes. More positive.
Yeah, yeah, we'll cover kind of current event stuff, and things like that. And eventually we have a Discord set up, and
Hmm.
if you have Discord, we'll have you can join it if you want. And we can have people post in there things that they'd like to see us talk about, or if they'd have ideas for um, different segments or anything like that. So I'll have
Hmm.
to post that Discord link. I think at the top of our stream here or of our recording, that's our Instagram. But I'll have to put
Yeah.
our Discord link in there too. I think it's basically the same. I can't remember what I set it up as. It's just said that
Yeah,
the
I think it's just said that.
we had to use the .le because somebody already had actually just said that. So we just put.
And I wonder who that is.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to
If
get a
this
hold of
reaches
them.
that person, please give us that name.
Yeah, that's
We should have just searched it on
it's our
Instagram.
idea.
Yes. We came up with it first,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah, yeah. So we just added the le for Luke and Erica at the end there. So
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, so like oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, we talk about God, we basically text every day. We just talk about random stuff all the time.
Yeah,
So I feel like we wanted to just like share that, like, what we're talking about, and get everybody else's opinions, because sometimes like we'll disagree on something and then whatever.
yeah,
So I
yeah.
feel like this would be a good, like, a common ground where like we can just talk about things, and everyone can talk about how right I am.
Yeah, 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 yeah. We can have people post your comments and everything too on it and see,
Hmm.
if you disagree and things like that. So, um,
Yeah.
like I said, we talked about how we're gonna just kind of build as we go, and we'll have different segments, and um, we'll cover things that we see in the news and pop culture and um,
Hmm.
music, stuff like that. So,
I love reading conspiracy theories, so those will probably be thrown in there somewhere. Like, I'm watching one right now about the Cecil Hotel and the Elisa Lam case, like
oh
all the
yeah,
conspiracy theories about that. Yeah. So we're gonna have to talk about that. We're gonna have to do a deep dive into that one
yeah.
day.
That can get pretty far down the rabbit hole too with that. That's a whole other thing too.
I'm not a conspiracy theorist about some things, but some things I am. So
Yeah,
we're just gonna have to talk about it.
yeah, yeah. I can get into some of that. It just depends on how far out there it is, because there's a lot of conspiracy theories that are, it's way out there basically. But
Oh my gosh. Yeah. But some of them are so fun to talk about, even if they've been debunked, like the Avril Lavigne one. Like, I
oh
remember
my
you and I talked about
God,
that one. That one's one of my favorite
I
ones.
don't know if I can believe that one.
There's
That's
this Twitter thread that has all of it on there about how Avril Lavigne has died and a clone has taken her place. And I
yeah.
believe it.
I don't know if I can believe that. I don't know if Avril is that famous where she'd actually need a body double anyway. But I don't know. I guess
Oh
if you're
no,
looking at
it's
the
totally that
what did she
famous.
make music in? It was in the early 2000s or was it late 90s? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was early 2000s. I think it was kind of both. I
Yeah.
think. I don't know. I don't remember.
I think I can only remember that Skater Boy song and Complicated that she sang.
Oh my
Or
gosh.
is that
No,
the
my
same song?
brother like no, that's not the
No,
same
no, no,
song.
it's not. Yeah. Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
like my brother brought all of her albums. So like I listened to her so much and then you follow her like timeline and you see how she's dressing and you see how punk rock she is, like she doesn't care about her look. And then all of a sudden in like, I don't know, 2013 or something, she's so girly and she has blonde hair and she like has makeup on and that's when people are like starting to worry or look into it, I guess we should say. And, who is this person? It's not the real Avril.
Yeah, but I feel like celebrities do that all the time though. They kind of switch their image, and
Yeah.
I with her I think she was more targeting like teenagers when she was first performing. And so
Yeah.
maybe she was just trying to target an older audience. Kind of like Ariana Grande and them,
Yeah.
like cuz
Oh, true, I guess.
she was like all Disney and all that stuff like that, and
Right.
even like looking back
No,
like
she was
Britney Spears and Jessica Simpson
hmm
and Christina Aguilera, they had to obviously change because they're getting older and they're not going to always appeal to teenagers, and
I know, but something just about Avril, her whole entire look changed, like I don't know what it was, but it was a complete opposite of what she looked like 10 years ago.
maybe she
So
got plastic
I don't know.
surgery.
She probably did. And she probably got a better stylist and she probably got a better makeup artist. But the whole conspiracy theory is just like mind blowing to me. Like, I just want to know like how people come up with that stuff. And like, it's obviously it's been debunked. So I get it. But I'm like,
Yeah, yeah,
how did you come up with this? Like, I want to know.
yeah. That's digging pretty deep for something there. I think saying Avril Lavigne
I
has
don't
a
know.
body double, but I
Who
guess it
knows? I
could.
mean, it could happen.
Yeah, yeah,
Now with, there's so many, I mean, it could happen without the person even dying with all these like deep fake stuff.
yeah, yeah. That's true.
There's like those can get like scary because like a person could say something and then someone else can edit that video to make them say something else,
Yeah.
which we couldn't have done that 20 years ago
No, not at all.
or even 10 years ago. So I think that stuff is scary to me.
Well, I will say I for quite a while I believed that Tupac wasn't dead. So I guess that kind of goes along with that. I was a
I
huge
don't know.
Tupac
I
fan,
think,
so I still am, but
yeah. Didn't Kamala Harris say something like Tupac is, she said something to make it sound like he was still alive.
I guess I didn't hear what she said, but
Yeah, I'd have to look at it. I found it on Twitter. I'd have to see what it was again, but I don't know. Yeah, that one too.
I did get on
I
this has been years ago now, but I got on a website that had all kinds of conspiracy theories about what happened to him and where he's at. And he's living in South Africa or Japan or something like that, and I don't know.
oh my gosh, I read that he was living in Cuba.
Yeah, I did read Cuba too. Yeah. And but he was supposed to come back in I can't remember what year it was, and he never did.
Yeah,
They did that hologram thing with him a couple years ago. That was cool. I think that was at
yeah,
Coachella with him
hmm
and Snoop Dogg. That was awesome. I would actually go to a
yeah,
concert and see that if they would do that.
yeah. I thought that was a plan for them to do the hologram concert tour
I
everywhere.
thought they were too. I thought I had read that they were gonna do
Hmm
a tour with that because that was awesome. That was like he was actually there,
Yeah,
and like Snoop was like
right.
talking to him almost
Uh
like
huh.
it was crazy.
It looked real.
Yeah, yeah, that was pretty cool.
Well, I know. I think that they can do that with so many different things. That's an easy money maker, honestly,
Oh
because
yeah,
people who love these artists like would go to concerts like that just to like feel like you were able to see them.
yep.
Especially like younger people like me who was like, I don't know, 6 when I don't know, when did Tupac die?
2000 or 1996.
Yeah, I was
Yep.
literally 2.
Yeah.
So like being able to grow up with his music and not have the chance to see him live, I would absolutely go to a concert like that,
Yeah.
just to see, that's how he was.
Yep.
So, I
Yeah.
don't know.
I could see him doing that with like Michael Jackson too, and like Prince, something
Hmm
like that.
Yeah, like that would be cool. Like it
Yeah.
could be, you could almost do like not like a kind of like a festival with all these different things, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And I'm sure people would love that.
Oh yeah.
Especially people who love, like older people who love Prince or who loved Michael Jackson, like they would eat that up, I
Oh
think.
yeah. I think it would be huge if they did something like that.
Hmm. Yeah, so I don't know. I love conspiracy theories, so
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about them.
we can touch on some of those as time goes on. We're not gonna go like 9/11 conspiracy. I don't think that's
No, because that one, yeah, I have my opinions on that one too. So that one might be
yeah.
too much.
I don't know. That's that can
That
get
might be too
pretty
touchy.
out there too. That can get political as well. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But no, I think some of the ones that are that are more like the Avril Lavigne one or the Elisa Lam one. You know what I mean? Like nothing too crazy. I think some of
outlandish
these
and
unsolved. Yeah,
yeah,
I think some of these like unsolved cases. I think those would be like fun to dive into, like the ones that you see on Netflix now, like the Night Stalker or there's other ones on there too.
yeah, yeah. I think there's quite a few of them on
Things like that.
Netflix about that.
Hmm. Yeah. So we could easily have just a whole
I think
episode about
we'd have to have a whole separate thing for that. I think that would take too long.
special episode.
Yeah, yeah, we'd have to, I don't know, call it conspiracy time or something like that, or
Something.
yeah,
Yeah. I don't know. But I think that I think that in our most of our episodes though we'll talk about the news or like what's current events and stuff right at the beginning just to keep up with the times and I don't know, talk about what everybody else is talking about.
yeah, yeah. We can kind of give our opinion on things as we go to, and
Hmm. Yeah. So it'll be good. We'll have different things.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There's always something to talk about. It seems like so.
Oh my gosh, yeah, especially now and this whole pandemic and everything. So
Yeah, yeah.
it'll be good.
People
But
are
for
kind of
now, I think that people are kind of like,
people are kind of getting back to normal, and so
oh my gosh, I know.
we can kind of go into like movies and stuff like that. We're gonna talk
Hmm.
more about that too. So
Yeah, because I love movies. I like I wanted to be. I still want to do stuff with movies, like in my career.
yeah,
Like I need to like figure out how to do that. But like I love watching movies. I love scary movies. Well, scary movies not so much anymore, but um any kind of movies. I just love I I love talking about them and I love seeing like the production and everything that kind of goes into how they make them. So I think that movies will definitely be a recurring topic
oh
for
yeah,
us.
yeah, yeah. I like movies too. I just I don't go to as many as I used to. I
Yeah.
probably oh geez, probably 10 years ago or so now. I used to go to movies like every week. Me and my friends, we used to
When's the
go to them all
last
the
time you
time.
went to one?
Geez, probably been. I couldn't even tell you the last movie I went to
It's
now
been a while.
because before the pandemic, it was I can't even
Yeah.
remember. Obviously I haven't
Well,
been to
because
one
in
in the last
Wagner they
year.
only have yeah, in Wagner they only have one movie theater and then they play is it one movie every weekend? It's
Yeah,
different or no?
yeah, it's the same movie every weekend. Or
Yeah.
I mean, not
So,
not the same movie every weekend,
yeah.
but they play the same movie over the weekend. So
Yeah. So it's only one. So that's I mean, movie options are kind of limited there.
yeah,
So, I get it.
yeah. I would go to Mitchell or Yankton because they didn't even
Mhm.
have that movie theater here back then. But
Mhm.
and in Sioux Falls, of course, and
Yeah. Yeah. Like before Emmett was born last March, I think Tyler and I went to the movie theater every single weekend.
yeah.
The last movie that we went to before the pandemic too was gosh, what was it? It was the Island movie. They remade it. It was a series. And they remade it into a movie. Fantasy Island,
Oh,
that one.
yeah.
And I hate to say that that was the last movie we went to because it was terrible, but that's the last one we watched.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I can't even remember the last one I went to. I, I don't
Who
even know.
knows? Who knows at Wagner?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. So I love watching movies. I love seeing like what's coming out. Like I think that there's so many good movies that are coming out in 2021 and I'm so excited about them. So Luke and I found a movie list. Well, actually Luke found it. I found a different list. And so I think we're just going to talk about kind of the movies that are on there and that are coming out this year that we're kind of excited about slash worried about.
Yeah,
Do you want to start with your list?
yeah, it's actually a list of 93 movies that are coming out in
Hmm.
2021. Um, I just went through and put down. I have 12 of them that I'm looking forward to. I didn't get into the ones that I don't think I would like or something like that because actually, to be honest, some of them on there I hadn't even heard of before that I didn't even know they were coming out with. So,
Yeah.
um, but
Well,
there
what's
one
your
thing
list?
that's really interests me. My number one on there is this Justice League. You can't even call it
Hmm.
a reboot, but it's Zack Snyder. Um, when they originally filmed this back in 2016, they filmed like 4 hours. Like the movie, he wanted the movie to be 4 hours long, and that's
Oh my
just
God.
crazy to me. Like,
No.
I mean, and of course, they said no, we can't have a 4 hour long movie.
No. Who no one's gonna sit through that.
Yeah, so he left the project. About I don't know if it was about halfway through or what, but he said it was for personal reasons.
Hmm.
But so there's a lot of footage they shot there for Justice League,
Oh,
and
for
so
this movie that's coming out right now
yeah,
or this
so
year?
basically what they're doing is they're coming out with Justice League again, but it's going to be so much more added to it. It's almost going to be like a completely different movie. And so
Oh,
that's going to be interesting to see how because Justice League when it came out, I don't know if you what did you see it?
no. I was more of on like the Marvel. Oh, wait, no. Are they like opposites? What is
They're
the rival? DC and
DC
Justice? Or no?
DC is Justice League.
It's
It's
Justice League.
yeah,
Okay.
yep, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I didn't care too much for the. I mean, I watched Batman, all the
mhm.
Batman movies, but I didn't really care for Justice League. I mean, I'd probably watch it now.
I mean, I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was okay. A lot of people didn't really think it lived up to the hype, but
Yeah.
knowing that they shot that much footage and they're going to re-release it,
Hmm.
I think it'll probably change the whole perception of it actually because
You think?
it'll be so much more added and it'll tell the backstories even better, and because that was part of it,
Because
I did feel like when I watched that movie they could have added more like backstory to the characters, and so I think that's probably what part of what this extra footage will have and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing that version of it. Um,
well,
it's
what was the previous one about? Like how why didn't you like it that like is it just touching on each character and like going or like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
didn't
It's
have
just
enough
basically
details?
Batman, it's Ben Affleck and
Hmm.
um, Wonder Woman searching out the rest of the Justice League. You got the Flash, um,
Yeah.
and you had what's the guy? I can't remember his name now. He's got the red eye and he can shoot. I can't remember. I can't remember his name.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
But yeah, and
Hmm.
then
I can't remember his name either.
um, Superman.
Oh,
Superman obviously passes away, gets killed in the end
yeah.
of Batman versus Superman. And so
Okay.
to me they just kind of ran through them quickly to get
Hmm.
to the meat of the movie, what they're doing. So I think that I would think that that's what this part of this shooting that they did is more the backstory of that. So it's actually
Okay.
called Zack Snyder's Justice League now. So he's putting his
Oh.
name on it to differentiate it from the original
Hmm.
in
Yeah.
2016. So that's gonna be on March
Well, hopefully that one's
31st.
good.
Yeah, that'll
Mm.
be in theaters and HBO Max, which is something that I don't even have yet. But I don't. Do you have that?
Oh, really? Yeah, I have HBO.
It seems like
I
I
like
looked through
it.
that list. There's a lot of them that are going to be on HBO Max. So
Yeah, there's a couple that on there that I am excited about for that are going to be on HBO Max because what like having a baby now we don't really have the time to go we can't go to movies like we used to so I'm glad that they're putting them on HBO Max because they're in it's in the theater and then at home too so
I think that's kind of an
that's
offshoot of
nice.
the pandemic.
Hmm.
Them just putting it on HBO Max. Because I still don't know if there's a lot of are theaters even open still.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, they're still open. You just have to wear masks
oh,
and until you go sit down, and then they space them. I think you have to reserve your seats, and then they space them like so far apart. but a lot of the movie theaters are playing older movies. Like I
Oh
think like
yeah,
Harry Potter was there, like all of the older ones because there hasn't been any new
new
productions
releases.
or any release dates because of the pandemic. So
Right. Yep.
yeah,
Yes.
so we haven't really gotten a chance to go. I mean, now they have like Tyler actually just picked up some movie theater popcorn today. Like you can go there and it's like a big giant bag of popcorn that they have to go for people.
Well,
So
yeah,
that's
actually, the movie
nice.
theater here in Wagner, they during the pandemic, every Friday they'd have Popcorn Friday. And that was popular as
Yeah.
hell. I mean, they had I
Mhm.
don't know how much they sold. We should bring
That's a good
Molly on for
idea.
statistics about that. But I know they had every week they'd have
Yeah.
lines there. People just wanting the popcorn, and that's
Oh my God.
so I
Yeah,
imagine
it's popular.
yeah, yeah, you can't beat movie
Mhm.
theater popcorn. It's
No, I
pretty
know.
good.
Yeah,
So
especially here. Oh,
yeah.
so yeah. So like I wrote down I think the one that I'm most excited, no, I shouldn't say most excited about, but I'm like super pumped about is the Mortal Kombat remake. Because like I grew up with all boys. Like I have four brothers and then one sister who's like, I don't know, 6 years younger than I am.
Hmm.
And I have girl cousins, but I grew up with mostly boys. And so I did what they did, which was playing video games and being outside and everything. So I kind of just got sucked into this whole Mortal Kombat, Call of Duty, like all of these different games that they'd played. And then when the movie came out back in, I don't know, it was like 1999.
Hmm.
I saw it when I was, I don't know, 6 or 8 or whenever I saw it and I loved it because I was like, oh my gosh, like I can actually see these characters come to life on the screen that I've been playing with for, however many years. And now, like watching the trailer, I got like super excited about it because I'm like, it's taking some of those elements that you see in the newer games, like the fatalities and all of the finishing moves, and you can see that in the movie. So I was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, like it's so brutal and gross, but
Well, obviously
but
now
I
they
love it.
can make that even more brutal than what it originally was, with all the
Yeah.
CGI and stuff like that too. But
Hmm.
I imagine it's going to be pretty gory too. But
Yeah,
I,
I think
I
so
I don't
too.
even see what that's rated. I imagine it's R. But
I didn't see it either. It didn't even show. Like when I went and looked at it on YouTube, like the thing
mhm.
was just red. So I don't know if that means it's like
Yeah,
N. It wouldn't be N17, but
no,
R probably.
yeah, easily I would
So,
say. But yeah,
yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing that too. I think it'll be pretty good. I I thought the original one was okay. Um,
Hmm.
I think it had more of a cult following than anything.
Yeah,
You know.
I
Um,
think so too. Like you had to play the games in order to like understand the storyline.
yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yep. But
So I don't know
the
how
games are
this.
popular as ever. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if that's how this one will be too. This one looks like it's more like you could watch it without having to, you know,
yeah,
play the game.
yeah. It'll kind of give the story on everything in a movie.
Hmm.
So
Right. But I don't know. I'm like super excited about it. I watched it and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is my game. This is
yeah, yeah. And that we don't have to wait long for that. That's April 16th. That's coming out,
yeah. So I'm super
and
excited
that's
about
going to
that.
be in theaters and HBO Max too. So
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So I probably will make an exception to go to the movie theater for that one.
yeah, yeah. I'd like to see that too. I think it'll be. I'm hoping
Hmm.
it's good anyway.
I know. I hope so too. I have a lot of high hopes for it.
Yeah, I have that on my list as well. That Mortal Kombat movie. I think
Hmm.
it's obviously going to be one of the bigger ones for this spring and going into the summer. So, and
Oh, I think
I
so
play the
too.
game. I play the Mortal Kombat game too. So
Hmm.
it's
Hmm.
maybe we'll have a gaming stream where I kick your ass on there or something. But
Oh my gosh, no freaking way.
yeah,
I like the new one actually is kind of tough. Like I like for some reason, like I'm super good. Like I love playing with the same character.
yeah,
And for some reason this new one I'm like all of like the bot players are tough like
yeah,
on just like the normal setting. Like
yeah.
I'm
They
like
are.
okay, I got to step my game up.
And you don't just
So,
push buttons.
no, I don't. No, not like my husband
Yeah.
Tyler.
Shout
No.
out to Tyler,
I
button masher.
button masher.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, so I like to figure out like what they do, like the different moves and everything, and it's tough. Like I admit, like this new one, like I gotta get more practice in with this one. My favorite move that I've seen on the new games is like the friendship fatality.
I
Have you
don't know
seen
if I
those
saw that
ones?
one.
Yeah, so like each character has a friendship fatality and you can do it, and like
Oh
so
yeah,
for
yeah.
example,
I know what you're
Katana
talking
has
about.
hers, and so like you do it, and then a girl comes up and they start doing like little like friendship moves.
Yeah, yep,
And instead of killing the person, it's just like that's it.
yeah, yeah. It doesn't actually show them ripping their heads off or whatever it is, or
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, they just fall. So, I don't know. I like it though.
That game actually has some of the best graphics I've seen, like especially on the
I
new
know.
consoles, like on the Xbox Series X and on PlayStation 5.
Mhm.
That's got wicked graphics. And it runs so smooth too. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, and I like seeing some of the old like stages like from like
Hmm.
the old like Nintendo games on there. Like it's like a perfect balance between like new and old. Like it's like perfect nostalgia for people who have played it for years and years.
Yeah, yep, yeah. I think that's what it'll appeal to a lot of age groups.
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
I know
Yeah.
me and my sister grew up playing. I remember playing it on when it first came out on Super Nintendo, in
Yeah,
those
with the
days,
cartridges.
yeah, in those days, I remember Nintendo didn't want the blood in their games, and so every time you'd hit
Oh,
somebody,
yeah.
it was like white, and it was like supposed to be like sweat flying off of them. But Sega had the actual blood, and
Mhm.
so there's a big uproar about it. That was like back in the 90s, because at that time, that people were like, you can't have that in a video game.
Right.
That's so violent. And it's crazy to look back on that because now, Jesus, I mean, looking at all it's
It's
how far
terrible
it's
now.
come.
Like
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, people say that that causes violence in kids. Like they need to look at like it now.
yeah, yeah. I guess it's just how you perceive it, and stuff like that. So,
Hmm.
but
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. So I'm excited about that movie. I'm also excited about like I love Halloween.
oh
Halloween's
yeah,
like
yep.
my thing. So I saw Halloween Kills. So I'm a big fan of all of the Halloween movies except the Rob Zombie versions of Halloween. I don't know why. I don't think he did a good job directing them and making them. I think he just turned it into something else that doesn't go with the storyline. So this new one, I still go back and forth as to whether or not I liked the one that came out like 3 years ago in like 2018, I think.
Yeah.
But this new one, I think I'm kind of looking forward to it just because I love Halloween and I love the whole storyline of Michael Myers just because I'm a weirdo.
How many are there of that? I think it's
Gosh, there's so many. Like
yeah,
the first, I think there's like seven of the originals, and then Rob Zombie had a couple. I think he had like three or four, and then this new series kind of came out. That's kind of like I think it was like not a prequel, but it's right when Jamie Lynn, what's her name?
Jamie Lee
Uh,
Curtis. Jamie Lee Curtis.
yeah, Jamie
Yeah.
Lee Curtis.
Yep.
Yeah, right after her like character came out
Oh
of,
yeah.
it's like after the whole like from the first, like it completely skipped the Rob Zombie version of everything. So
Yeah, so that was its own different
yeah,
timeline basically or
and that
yeah.
yeah, and I was like, oh, no, I just wasn't a fan of it. So
Yeah, to be honest, I never really got into the Halloween movies. I I think I've seen a few of them. I couldn't even tell you which ones, but
yeah,
I don't know. I just
yeah.
never the whole that whole genre. I don't know. I just never really got into.
It's yeah. I like the gory stuff. Like a lot of this, like I saw that too that there's gonna be a new Exorcist. Like they're gonna redo the original Exorcist movie. And I don't know if I'm gonna go watch that one because I watched Hereditary and I had nightmares for like 5 weeks. Like
Yeah, that's not
I was
good.
not okay. Yeah, I was not okay after that movie. And since then, like I haven't watched anything like spiritual, like scary, like no way. Like I'm too much of a baby now. Like
Yeah.
if I watched all that stuff in like high school, I would have been like, oh my gosh, like all
Mhm.
over it. But now I'm just like a wimp. So
Mhm.
I can't do it anymore.
Just gonna avoid
It's
those
okay
and
though.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. But like I saw that the Purge is coming
Mhm.
out with another one on there too. And that's one where I'm like, you guys did three, I think three movies.
It
The
was more than that, wasn't
original.
it? I thought there was like
I thought it
four.
was three. Maybe there's four. Yeah. But they did, like I don't understand why they're making another one. Like that's one where I'm just like that and the Fast and Furious movie that I saw on there, F9. I'm like, hang it up. Like why
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like I don't understand why you guys are trying to, keep going with this. I don't know. They're milking it at this point.
Oh yeah, obviously. Um, yeah, I actually have it on my list though, just because I've seen them all, and
Yeah.
I don't know if they are. I don't know if they're planning on having this be their last one or not. Nine, is a huge number, but and John Cena's in this one, so
Right. I'm just
uh,
like, why? I don't get it.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I just like the action in them, and they're typical guy movies is what they are.
Right.
They're gonna draw
Right.
people in. Guys are gonna go to that, and it
Hmm.
is. I don't know. It's just fun to.
I,
It's
I
over
don't.
the
I don't.
top, obviously.
Right. I
With the,
think my favorite Fast and the Furious movie was the very first one. That
yeah,
one, like, I feel like it stayed true to its roots. And then after that, like, it's just like robberies and like all this stuff that probably would never ever happen in real life. So I don't know.
I like the first one. The second one
All
I
the other,
wasn't too big of a fan of. I like Tokyo
yeah,
Drift. Tokyo Drift was pretty good.
yeah, I like that one too. Hmm.
But then to be honest, after that they all kind of blended together. I mean, they're just kind of
Yeah,
like I don't know.
same storyline over and over again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I don't know, but
But like I said, it's more over the top car chase
hmm
scenes, and stuff like
right,
that.
yeah,
So I don't know.
testosterone. We get it.
Yeah, yeah. I'll probably watch it, but that's not gonna be on HBO
I
Max,
probably
so
will too.
yeah.
Yeah, I
That
probably
comes
will
out
too.
May
But
28th in theaters.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm sure it'll do huge, just like always. But
Oh, true. Yeah. Yeah. There's a whole lot of on that are coming out this year that I'm excited about, like Black Widow, that one. Um I think I'm not a big fan of Tom Cruise, but I did like Top Gun.
hmm
And I saw that the second one's coming out for that one. And then I same with like Space Jam. I don't like LeBron James when he plays basketball. Like I'm just not the biggest fan, but like he's funny in movies. So
yeah,
like I think
yeah.
that he'll do good. I think he'll do good in Space Jam. And then A Quiet Place, that one I'm interested in. And then just because I love like watching cartoons now with a baby, Sing 2, like that one I'm kind of excited about.
hmm Yeah, yeah. I did see some pretty good kids movies on that list that are coming out. I think
Hmm.
there's a Tom and Jerry movie coming out too. I know
Yeah.
my niece and nephew probably they watch Tom and Jerry, so
Hmm.
I think that'll appeal to a lot of the younger kids. So yeah, I want to see
Yeah. There's
Top Gun. I want to see that.
hmm
Uh, Actually, the Tom Cruise movie that I'd really like to see them remake is Days of Thunder. Because
Oh yeah.
I like racing and NASCAR, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I think that'd be awesome if they did that. If they did Top Gun, they should do Days of Thunder. So I'm hoping they
They probably
in the
will.
future
Who
do
knows?
something with that. Yeah. Yep.
That's all Hollywood is about right now is remakes and reboots.
That's what it
So
seems like.
it's
Yep.
probably coming. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably coming.
Yep. Yeah, I want to see Space Jam because I loved the first one.
Hmm.
Well, I wasn't a
Yeah.
Chicago Bulls fan, but I liked Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was,
Right.
I grew up watching him, in the 90s, and he was
Hmm.
obviously the best, I think the best ever. Of course, all
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
the younger generation is going to say Kobe, and then a lot of them are going to say LeBron, but I'll always say Michael
Yeah.
Jordan was the best basketball player ever, just because to me he did it all.
I
He
think
was good
so
at
too.
defense, stuff like that. But
Hmm.
um, but Space Jam was awesome for its time, so
Hmm.
I think Space Jam 2
Yeah.
should be pretty good with the more of the current players and LeBron, and stuff like that. So I think that'd be pretty good. I want to see that new
I
Suicide
think so
Squad
too.
movie too. I don't know if
Oh
that.
yeah, I had that on
I
my
think
list
that's
too.
kind of like that Justice League thing too, from what I read, almost where because they filmed that back in 2016 as well,
Hmm.
and it's the same characters and everything. And I think this is just kind of adding on to that, from what I
Yeah.
took from it anyway. Um, so did you like that Suicide Squad movie?
I thought it was okay. I mean I only watched it once.
hmm
Like so I mean I thought it was okay. So I would watch this new one just to see how it compares or like what it is really.
Yeah.
The whole Harley Quinn thing though, like that whole when she did that whole movie, what is it called? With just her.
I don't
I just
remember what.
what's it called? I can't remember what it was called,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I'm just not a fan of that character. and so I just didn't really care for it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and Jared Leto playing
hmm
Joker. Um, I think because he was the first Joker after Heath Ledger from the Dark Knight
yeah,
series, and
yeah,
to me, that was I love that. That was that whole Dark Knight series
hmm
I love, but he just killed that Joker. You know,
yeah,
he was
yeah,
awesome, and so I think Jared Leto probably caught a lot of flack, which was undue, just because they wanted him to live up to what Ledger did,
right,
being the first Joker
right,
after. But to me, that they're completely different Jokers. They're not
hmm
the same type, so you can't really
yeah,
even compare them.
like
So
apples and oranges.
yeah, yeah,
hmm
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, there's a whole lot of movies that I'm excited for. I'm just glad that they're making them again.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
last year was like it was hard, we didn't have anything. So
Last year it just kind
I
of go
guess
down as like a black hole. Like it was just kind of,
yeah.
you know,
We can forget about that year.
yeah, we just kind of
That's
everyone just
my
wanted to make
thing.
it through it, and that was about it. We're just and now
Right.
we're kind of rebooting and going on. So
hmm Yeah.
um,
So
they're coming out with a new Jackass. Do you see that? Jackass 4?
yeah, I did see that.
Yeah,
I don't know what's gonna go in it.
yeah,
All the guys are too old,
yeah.
so
They're old now. Like Johnny. I saw Johnny
yeah.
Knoxville. I couldn't believe that was even him. He looks old as hell now.
I didn't
But
even see that.
yeah,
I didn't watch the trailer because I was like, what is going on? Like,
yeah,
how are they gonna do this?
yeah. And from what I read, they don't even have them all signed on for this new one yet. They're
hmm
still working on it, but they have a release date. It's September 3rd in theaters.
Oh
So
my God.
I imagine it'll just be like the
Yeah.
other ones. Them running around pulling stuff, and I don't know, but
Doing whatever.
I don't know.
Being
I
dumb.
I just liked them. I liked the older movies. They were good,
hmm
but
hmm
um, I think bad was it dirty or bad grandpa was kind of a part of that too. I don't know if
Yeah,
you saw
bad.
that.
Yeah, dirty. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I don't know. That whole thing too, I'm just like, no. Like I'll watch it on MTV, maybe as an
Yeah.
episode, but I'm not watching a full 120-minute movie about this.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I remember back when Jackass was first coming out and all that too. You remember Viva La Bam on MTV?
Yeah,
And then I love
yeah.
that show. That show
I
was
know. I like
awesome.
that show
Like
too.
that was good. Um, I don't even know if I haven't even heard a thing about Bam Margera in years. I don't know if he
I
would
know, me either.
be
Yeah.
back with that, but
I saw a picture of him and they're like unrecognizable. Like
yeah.
they just don't even look the same.
Mhm. Yep. Yeah. They're obviously older
Yeah.
too, so
hmm
we'll see how they
Yeah.
do with that. But
hmm Yeah, who knows? I don't know. A lot of those movies coming out though, we'll see. Because a lot of them are like remakes or
yep.
sequels or, whatever. So I'm excited to see like what they're all gonna be about because I just love movies in general. So I
Yeah.
don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah. They're also coming out with another Mission Impossible 7.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I
hmm
uh I kind of like the other ones. I thought they were pretty good, but
hmm
it's kind of getting to the point though too. They're kind of milking that. I think
Yeah.
for all it's worth. Put Tom
Like
Cruise
let's
in
hang
it.
it up.
And
Come on,
yeah,
Tom Cruise.
yeah,
Yeah. Gonna
yeah,
scale a building or a plane
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. It seems like there's only so many of those kind of stunts you can do before they kind of get old. But it's just
And he does his own stunts too, like
yeah, yeah.
so that's probably something like see what he does next. He's
Yep.
gonna paraglide on shark infested
In the
waters. I don't
Swiss
know.
Alps or somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, something dumb. God, I don't something about Tom Cruise. I can't stand him.
Yeah.
So I probably won't watch it.
Yeah, he's a good actor at everything. He's kind of out there or something though.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about him just
Yeah.
bugs me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm excited. A lot of good movies this year. A lot of good content. A lot of good things. I think this year will be way better than the last.
Oh yeah, yeah. I want to see also the Black Adam with The Rock. I think that he'll be pretty good in
Oh, I
that
didn't even see
role.
that one. I didn't write that one
They don't
down.
have a release date
hmm
yet on it. I know it's going to be later in 2021,
hmm
probably November, December or something like that. But I think
Yeah.
he should do pretty good with that role actually.
hmm Yeah. I don't even know what that one's going to be about. I didn't read that one.
Yeah, they've been well. I think that's one of the movies they started working on before the pandemic, and then they completely shut down,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then they picked up after, and they hope to have it
hmm
finished by the end of this year. So
Yeah. Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
Hopefully though. I do like The Rock.
Yeah, he's kind of like the
Dwayne.
Arnold Schwarzenegger of this generation, like the action big time movie
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, I also feel like he plays like the same role though, like
Almost, yep.
big beefy, like that kind of person.
I don't think he
But
could play
I mean, if
anything
it
different
works,
really. He's
I
huge.
don't think so either. Yeah.
I I I watched 90s WWE while I was F back
Hmm.
then and then into the 2000s, and I was a big Rock fan as his wrestling character. And
Yeah.
so I as he moved into movies, I just kind of naturally liked his movies then too. And
Hmm.
but he was awesome as a wrestler. You could tell that he was going to be good as an actor because he was just natural.
Hmm.
They'd give him a mic and
Right.
he'd have that crowd in the palm of his hand. He was awesome
Yeah.
as that. So yeah,
Yeah.
he
I do
transitioned
like
pretty
him a
well
lot.
to that. Yeah, he's
Hmm.
bigger now than what he was when he wrestled. He's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a giant. Like I couldn't imagine like how like if he was standing next to me, like how actually big he is. Like
Yeah,
he looks big on screen, but in person he's probably like ginormous.
what they say, like his muscles have muscles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I couldn't imagine.
yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah. Yeah, a lot of good stuff. A lot of things that I'm looking forward to.
yeah. I think it should be a pretty good year,
Mhm.
movies wise. Um,
Mhm.
there's another Spider-Man movie coming out too. They they haven't even titled it yet. Like in that list, it just
Oh,
says
really?
Untitled Spider-Man sequel. It says,
Oh gosh.
and it's supposed to be out. They have a date though, December 17th. So
I just hope it's not like previous ones where it's like the same thing with a new Spider-Man, a new
mhm.
Mary Jane, a new, you know what I mean? Like we've seen this. Like what
Yeah,
else is there? Like come
there's
on,
not a
be
whole lot you
creative.
can do. Yeah,
Yeah. I'm just like, no. I do like the Tom Holland, Zendaya Spider-Mans. Like I like him a lot as Spider-Man, but I just like I've seen this.
yeah, yeah. We've been there, done this. It's like
Yeah, like let's
yeah,
go. Come on, something else. All those creative minds in Hollywood, like let's go.
yeah.
So
And
I don't
beyond
know.
beyond this year, I don't know. Like I've read a lot about it and everything. There's supposed to be a new Scarface movie that
Oh, really?
yeah, like I don't know. They've been working on it off and on, and I know they switched
Hmm.
directors and stuff like that. But um, I I love the original Scarface.
Hmm.
I've seen that so many times, and but to
Yeah,
me, I hope they don't screw it up because Al Pacino was Scarface. I mean, he's what
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and it's set in
Iconic.
Miami, and um, from what I've read, this new one will be set in L.A., which I don't know how I feel about
Oh,
that, but it
yeah. That's like no.
yeah, if they can relate it to the current day and kind of because obviously everyone knows how if you've seen Scarface how edgy that is,
Right,
for especially for
right.
its time. I think it came out in '83 or something like that.
Hmm.
Well, there was actually a Scarface before that too, um,
Yeah.
but the one that's Al Pacino Scarface is everyone kind of
Hmm.
knows that one. So I don't know. We'll see how it
Hopefully they
goes.
live up to the name. Yeah.
I just hate that how they take basically the name of an older movie and try to redo it and they butcher it. I don't like that.
Hmm.
It almost ruins the brand or something like that. And
Right.
so we'll see how
That's
they
what
do
Rob
with it.
Zombie did to Halloween.
Yeah, that's a good
To me,
example.
anyway.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it'll be good. I
yeah,
think. I think all people put their best foot forward with all these movies, and sometimes it fails, and sometimes it's like the best thing ever. I have yet to see one that's the greatest thing ever, so
yeah,
we'll
yeah,
see. But
yeah.
yeah,
It's
it'll be good. It'll be good. Well, I think after however long we've been talking about movies, I think maybe we should wrap it up a little bit.
yeah. We went way over when we first talked about
I
this.
think we
We talked
did.
about going maybe 40 minutes, and right now our time is
Yeah.
at an hour and 4 minutes. So
Yeah, so
it went a little longer than what we
we
thought.
we'll have more of this great content in future episodes.
Yeah, yeah. We can once we start talking, we can kind of go. And this honestly went a lot faster than I thought it would.
I know, so did
Um,
I. So I think it'll be awesome. We'll have loads of things to talk about.
yeah, yeah. We'll have things as time goes on that'll come up too that we can
Hmm.
cover. And like I said, I'll add the Discord link on all of our stuff. We're gonna put this
Hmm.
on YouTube, and actually I was thinking about it too. I think we could probably put it on Facebook. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So, and in the future too, we'll have
And
times where
then,
we'll do it live. We'll go live on Twitch. We have a
yeah.
Twitch account set up, so we can do it.
Hmm.
So on Twitch too, then as people are watching, you can post comments, and things as we're
Hmm.
talking to. So that'll kind of
We can
feed into what
chat.
we're doing too. Yeah, we can look at chat at the same
Hmm.
time. So
Yeah. So then we'll be also get listed on Spotify, Apple, Google, TuneIn, all of those fun things. So
yeah,
you can stream wherever you get your podcast, and then go on and follow us on Instagram. You can see our handle right up there.
yep,
And yeah, we look forward to talking with everybody and letting you guys inside of our heads and conversations that we just like we have these conversations like normal.
oh
Like
yeah,
it
yeah,
happens,
all
I
the
swear,
time.
weekly, daily. So it's good to just like talk it out and yeah. So
Yeah, we like to thank our
um,
followers we already have on Instagram. We had people following us on Instagram
yeah,
before we even started. So thank you to that.
yeah.
That's
Shout out to those guys.
your
Episode is here.
initial followers. So
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll look forward to talking with you guys soon. And thanks for listening to and thanks for listening and watching to our very first podcast.
yep, we thank you guys, and we'll have updates about when we post things, and when like I said, if we go live, we'll have updates on that too.
Hmm.
So
Yep. So, like and subscribe, follow, all that jazz, and we'll talk to you guys next time.
yep, check out the said that on all our social or
Yes.
profiles. So all right,
Alrighty.
we'll talk to everyone later.